What's up, guys? It is me, John, here with you with A&E Marketing.com. Also a proud member of the Empower Network. And actually, I'm here to talk to you about blogging. If you're not, a part of the Empower Network, this might not, be as useful to you. But maybe you blog somewhere else, and I think that this would fit most of the blogging platforms that are out there. And I want to go over, some ways. And I did this before. I did tips on blogging for blind users that use screen readers, or some effect of that I titled it, and maybe you've watched it, maybe not. But we all that use screen readers that are a member know that the buttons with the screen reader, you see, to do a tag, or not necessarily a tag, sorry, but to do a underline or bold effect on your keyword, or to italicize it, what it requires is to highlight your keywords and then click the button. Well, those buttons won't work if the font's not highlighted. So here's how you do this, because there is hotkeys, and I'm going to talk to you about that first. I'm going to talk to you about enabling your hotkeys. What you got to do, again, if you're a member, and hopefully you are, because I've got a lot of great people on my team, and everybody's on that same road to success, but that's another video for another time, or you can watch other videos that I've got several of them that talk about the networking. But anyways, you go to your when you're logged into your blogging page. You go to your profile, and as you arrow down, you're going to see a spot that says Enable Hotkeys. You want to do that. Okay, you want to enable your hotkeys, because this is going to go along with when I show you here how you get these codes to go into effect without even having to click on the button, and to use the hotkeys, and how to make sure that you're putting the code where it belongs. And it's real simple, guys. It really is. So if you've not done that, you need to pause this video. You need to go to your profile and enable your hotkeys, save it, and then come back and continue listening. So I'm going to assume that you've done that you paused it, did whatever, or maybe you stopped it, you restarted it, yada yada. And here's the way it works. In the title, you don't have to worry about putting any type of special code inside the title. That's not what we're going to worry about it. And so in the title, you just, whatever your title is, obviously that is what your keywords are. Most of you have probably learned that by now, that your title is your keywords. That's, that is the way to get a really good percentage on your SEO. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna go down to your body now, and we're gonna do something simple here. And you can always delete this post if you publish it, or you can just draft it, whatever. But example is, say the title of my blog is the word example blog. Okay, you go down to the body, and the first thing you want to put in that body is example blog. Capitalize the E, capitalize the B. You always want to capitalize your keywords, make them stand out more, especially when you go and you throw in the code to make it bold, or to underline it, or to italicize it. Okay. So now, if we're going any further, we have the example blog. You're going to get on the E, and you're going to hold down your control key and your shift key, and you're going to make JAWS select both of them words. So you should only do that to select them two words. Okay. Now, once you got them two selected, what you're going to do is this. You are going to, don't move your arrows after you got them selected. I'm just making sure I'm making that very clear. Get on your E, Control Shift right arrow 1 for example, right arrow again for blog, and move your hands away from the keyboard. Okay, don't touch nothing, because now you've got it highlighted, and that's what you want. Now, what you're going to do is, we're going to do it this way. We're going to make that first set of keywords bold. So you're going to do the Alt and the letter B is in Bravo. Now that you've done that, I want you to take your JAWS or your arrow key and left arrow as far as you can, far as it'll let you, and you're going to see code. It's going to be less, strong, the word strong, greater sign. Then right after that with no space is example, space, blog. Right arrow again, past the G to where it says blank and stop right there. Now, you've already got your code at the beginning. Now we're going to put it at the end. So what you're going to do is you're going to hit Alt and B again, as in Bravo. Now, look at that code. Start from the very beginning, left arrow, and look at it. It should say less, then strong, or stronger, I forget which way it pronounced it. But anyway, it's going to say less, and then the code word there, greater sign, no space after it, example, space, blog, no spaces, and the less sign, a slash, the code for the boating, which is strong, I think, or stronger, one or the other, greater sign. And right arrow one time past the greater sign. And what you're going to do is you're going to hit enter. Now, very important that you use this keyword at least 3 times in your blog, because now you've got your bold. Now we want to do an underline. And guys, I want you to pay real close attention to this one. It's very important. The underline, I'm going to show you something. For some reason, the code, when it puts it in there, it's not doing it exactly right, but it's no big deal. It's nothing hard to fix. Okay, so just right on, when you get to the end of that code and you hit enter and you're on the next line, I just want you to write a simple sentence. Just put, this is my first example blog, and I want you to capitalize the word example, capitalize the word blog. Okay, don't put a period or nothing there yet neither, and I'll show you why. Alright, now that you have this is my first example blog, you're going to get on the word example. You're going to highlight it just the way I showed you on the first one. Highlight the first word example, highlight the second word blog, and then we're going to do the underline. I'm going to show you how to fix this one, okay? You're going to do Alt U. Now, what you should see is before the word example, you're going to see your greater sign, the letter L, the letter U, and your left arrow again, it's the less sign. So start at the less sign, right arrow once, it's going to say U. Right arrow again, it's going to say L. Right arrow again, it's going to say greater, and stop right there. Hit your backspace key to delete the letter L. Now, take and just don't select nothing. Take and just right arrow all the way to greater, because now you should see just less, U greater. Right arrow to the E, X, A, M, P, L, E, space, B, L, O, G, blank. Now when it says blank, stop right there. Hit the letter Alt, or the keystroke Alt, U, and do the same thing. Take the letter L out of that code. One other thing you want to do is, at the end of the word blog, make sure there's not a space between blog and less U greater. If there is, get on the less sign, or sorry, less slash U greater. And if there's a space between that, after the word blog and then the less slash U greater, that's after you take out the L, get on the less sign and backspace once to where it's going to pretty much be blog with no space and then the less slash U greater. And then right arrow, it's going to say blank. Hit enter again. Now what we've got the first set of keywords bolded, the second set of keywords underlined, and now we're going to italicize it, if I'm saying that right. So on the next ones, what you can do is type, just type, I really like, no, skip that. Just type in whatever kind of sentence and put the word example blog. So you could just do the sentence, again, this is my example blog. So do that. Again, this is my example blog. Now, remember to capitalize the E for example and the B for blog. Get on the B, or get on the E for example, and do Control Shift right arrow, and then right arrow again, so you got both words highlighted. Okay? And you're going to do Alt I. Now there are the code isn't putting it in wrong on this one, so all you're going to have to do is look at it where it starts at example and left arrow, and you're going to see, get all the way, keep left arrow until you're on the less sign. You're going to see the less, and then I think it says EM greater, I believe is what the code is, but you're going to see that code there, and then it's going to go right into the word example blog, right arrow until you go to EXAMPLE space BLOG blank, stop on the blank, hit Alt I. That's going to put the code in there. Make sure there's no space between the last word of your keyword blog and then the closing less slash whatever the code is greater. Now you've got all three keywords. You've got them bolded, underlined, and italicized. Okay? You can do this anywhere. Your keywords can be anywhere in there. And I find it to be easiest to just make sure that I put in, you got to make sure you put in them keywords 3 times. Now, I've not messed around much with to see if I could do all that code on just a keyword 1 time. I find it easier, and I think it makes the blog stand out more when you include that keyword as what your title is as well within your blog. If you read some of my blogs, you'll see where I have my keywords in there several times. And you only need to do that, really, you only got to do that the first 3 times that you've got the keyword bolded and underlined and yada yada yada. But if you want to do it, if you got that keyword in there several times and you want to do that, just kind of remember which one did I bold, which one did I, kind of keep up with what you're writing. And then that'll fix that. Headings. We're going to talk about headings. You're going to need headings in there. Now, you do not got to underline your keywords and your headings. You don't got to bold them or nothing like that, but you do need to have at least heading 1, 2, and 3. So for the first heading, have a paragraph. Second heading, have a paragraph. Third heading, have a paragraph. And here's how you're going to put in the code to make the headings appear. Okay? You're going to get on a blank line in that blog, and if you're going to start a new paragraph, and you're going to type in less sign, which is the less sign, guys. If you haven't found it by now and you're struggling, I should have said this in the beginning, but if you're struggling finding it, it's shift, and then actually let me put my headphones on a second because I have my jaws going, and I'll tell you. Let me look here and I'll tell you exactly. That way I'm making sure I'm giving you the right. Okay. Your less sign is your comma. When you hold down shift and hit your comma, that's a less sign. So you're going to do, on a blank line, you're going to do less, the word code, C-O-D-E, and then greater. Your greater sign, just to make sure I'm right. I know I look funny with the headset on, right? But hey. It's going to be your period. So you're going to do shift with the period. So shift period is going to be your greater sign. So now you got, I want you to arrow back to the left. Look at what you got. You should have less sign, CODE greater sign. Hit your space bar. And now you're going to do less sign. H as in Howard. 1. Not the word 1, but the number 1. They're at the top of your key row. With all your numbers. And then you're going to do a greater sign. So less H1 greater space example blog. Capitalize example, capitalize blog. After blog you're going to do a space. You're going to do less slash, not your forward slash, but the slash right beside your shift key there. H1 greater. Space, less, slash, the word code, greater. Now, I want you to get all the way back to the beginning where you have less code greater and always double check your code. Always. Because if not, it might show up in your blog and people will be like, what in the world is that? Okay, trust me, I've done it. So what you should see is less CODE greater space, less H1 greater space, example capitalized, blog capitalized, space, and there's a space between your example blog too, by the way. After blog space, less slash, H1 greater space, less slash, code greater. Enter. Now start typing away whatever you want on that one. And then you're going to do the same thing, the same steps that I showed you for your H1. You'll do the same thing with H2 and your H3. Only you're going to do, instead of H1 on your next one, you'll do H2. But the code is the exact same way. I really don't see that it's necessary that I, give you the directions on how to do the H2 and H3 because it's the same way. Just make sure you do your headings on their own line by themselves. And always, guys, always make sure you do your closing for your code. So when you do less code greater, and if you learn other codes that you want to use, if you know more HTML that will work within the blog, go for it. But always make sure, do not use less HTML greater. If you're saying, well, I know HTML, that'll work. Don't do it. I know for a fact that less code greater works with the blogging system that I use. Now, if something doesn't work out and it messes up, I want to be clear that I'm not responsible for you messing up your blog. Okay, I'm giving you directions as if, looking at those that are on my team that are wanting more information on that, and those that might be involved in the Empower Network on another team that are going through them same struggles. Okay, guys? So make sure that, one, when you're doing your code stuff, it's less code greater, whatever code you got in there, whether it's your headings or whatever, and you always close it with less slash code greater. Alright, I don't use the hotkey for the code button. I'd rather just manually type it in. I find it easier because it allows me, with being a screen reader user, to know where I'm at within my body on my blog. Okay, now generally if you do use the hotkey, it's supposed to put it wherever you got your cursor at, but sometimes it can be flawless and not because of the blogging page itself, just because JAWS is just funny like that. I'm going to also be clear. I don't know how this works with NVDA or any other screen readers. I've not done it with any of those. But it might. I'm sure it's going to be the same way. NVDA, almost, I'd say 85% positive it's going to be the same way. Window-Eyes, I don't know anything about Window-Eyes or any other screen readers out there. I know mostly, and by most of all screen readers, I know JAWS. I know some of NVDA because I do use that screen reader at times when my screen reader acts up or if I'm working on another computer. So I'm pretty sure that the way I'm teaching this right now will work with your other NVDA screen reader. Okay? I'm pretty sure, about 80% sure. I'm 100% sure on JAWS because I do it all the time. And when you do it that way, and guys, if you are on the team or are on a team of the Empower Network and you do that, it's going to make that SEO go real high. If you're doing it right, just on that, and you even have a shorter blog, you should be in the 70th percentage. And you're also going to see another keyword that I talked about, hotkey, is when you're done typing, use the hotkey Alt-P to publish. And always remember, before you publish, arrow out of your body, go down to your SEO and put your keyword, which is your title, inside of that SEO box. Because when you do that, that's what's going to give you your SEO score. And if you don't, then it's not going to report the SEO. Okay? And then you're going to do Alt-P, and plus it's going to give you a 0% rating. You don't want that. So, and then as you're still in that box for the SEO edit box, do Alt-P. Publish it, because you can always update it real quick or within 10 minutes and it'll override it. Okay? After you've done that, get to the top of the page and hit your H key until it says SEO score or whatever. You'll see where it talks about. They give you a percentage. If you see a low percentage, like say 21% or 47%, more than likely you've got some errors going on that you messed up on. And what you can do is you can down arrow and it's going to say you've got this included right. You got that included right. You're missing this. You're missing a link. You're missing a header. You're missing your underline. Okay? And remember, guys, on that code that I showed you about the underline code, make sure when you do that to take out the L, or it's not going to underline it. Now, I don't know if that's a JAWS error. I don't know if that's a button error. I'm not sure, but I'm guaranteeing you if you don't do that, it's not going to work right. It's not going to underline it. Also, if you're here and you just do other blogs somewhere else and you thought you'd get some tips from it, I hope you do. But I also encourage you to check out my website and look what we got to offer. If you're looking for a way to really up your career and success, you need to check out the website. Or you can go down from the website that I'm going to direct you to right now. You can go to www.a followed by the word and emarketing.com. There's all kinds of stuff there you can read. I always tell people to sign up because I know that it's going to change their life for a long time. But this video isn't on that, so I'm just going to tell you go there and check out the website. Listen to the video if you want. Or if you want to sign up, by all means. Because not only is that going to make me feel good, it's going to make my team feel good, it's going to make you feel good. There's a link at the top that says earn 100% profit. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, guys, look for the video that talks about jobs for the blind community, finding jobs for the blind. You're going to find my videos. If you're looking at this video, it's going to show all my other videos. Go through them and listen to them. They're really powerful, and, just check it out, alright? I hope this helped you out. I hope this solved some of your guys' problems. I know it solved mine when I figured it out, but I really didn't have anybody that I actually went to figure it out. I just, from knowing how to do some of this code and from doing a little digging and messing around my blog, I finally figured out, how to make it work and how to make it accurate. So I said, well, I made it accurate. Somebody else is out there has got to be struggling. So I'm going to help them too. Anyway, this is John with emarketing.com. Also a member of the Empower Network. Guys, I hope to see you soon. And if I got more updates, more tips and tricks on blogging with screen readers, this is where you're going to get it. Y'all take care, and I'll talk to you soon.